Hello, hello, everyone. I'm just trying to get this loaded in. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's not caught up with me yet. Let's see. Okay. Well, hello, hello. I don't know what it's doing. I know we're here. I hope you all are patient with me for a minute. Oh, thank you guys so much. I found it. Okay. Let me. There we are. Hi, Miss. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, I couldn't get it up there, but I figured it out. Okay, guys, I'm so excited today. I have a fun twisted ribbon card for you. Now, this is not my own, and if you can go to Pinterest, you're going to find a bunch of them. I looked through a bunch and took what I loved and made it my own. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn the cameras right down so you can see this card. Okay. Well, first, let me show you. I played with this, and my lighting is going to be terrible. I have to remember to cover the light above my head or it's terrible. Okay. Can you see that? Boy. Let's see. How can you see it? I put my shadow over it. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I can't wait to finish a card with this piece. I just can't wait. But this card that we're working on is masculine. And it's the sentiment I used is from Inspired Thoughts. And in here is all kinds of really good sentiments. This sentiment I chose is, it's your time to be remembered, to feel appreciated, and to know you're celebrated. And then I put the little kitty from Glad We're Friends on the inside because the kitty is a boy and it has a crown. That's my theory today. So let's jump into this card. So the first thing you're going to need is a piece of basic white, a strip that is 1 5/8 by 5 inches. And then along the edge, you're going to put a tick mark, and I don't know if you can see it. Can you see those little marks? They're every 1/2 inch on both sides. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can get this. Sorry about that. Let's see if that makes a difference. Boy. I don't know what I'm going to do with lighting. We'll figure it out. I go through this all the time, right? Okay, so the first thing you want to do is figure out what strip you want on the bottom. And the strips I'm using today are double-sided, of course. We're using the He's the Man Designer Series paper. And it's wonderful for this. So just know that the first side goes from basically the corner and this tick mark. Get my glue working. Love using, oh, okay, across. It had a little clot in there. Let's see if I can get that out of there. I don't want that lump. Okay. And it'll go across. Okay. And then you skip a 1/2 inch and you do the same. And then you skip a ½ inch and you do the same. Skip a ½ inch, do the same. Skip a ½ inch and do the same. Okay? So I'm going to try to get that glue off my hand. All right. So now we're using the darker piece and we're going to butt it right up against that tick mark right there. And make sure that it just doesn't go below that tick mark, and just lay it down. And then we're going to do the same on the next piece. We're going to butt it up against the bottom tick mark and lay it down. And we're using the liquid glue, which really makes it nice to be able to move it around if you need to. Okay, so the bottom tick mark, and there you go. And again, one more time. And one more time. So this is 5 pieces cut at a ½ inch by about 2½ inches. And I know it's laying off the side of the paper, and that's okay. We are going to go back and cut those edges off. Okay, so now we want to do the other way. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your adhesive on here, and you're going to line it up from the bottom of that tick mark up, and it's going to come off your paper, and that's okay. So we're going to add that to that tick mark, and just so it comes up, you see there's that little piece right in there. Can you see that? You just want it to hit that corner, okay? And so we're going to do the same from the bottom tick mark to the middle, okay? So from the middle to the bottom tick mark. And again, from the middle to the bottom tick mark. And we're going to just put these in that corner to corner. And again, oops, I missed one right there. From corner to corner. I have to go back. I missed one. Okay, so we have from corner to corner. One more from corner to corner, and then we're going to do our last one. Now our last one is going to go like the top one from this corner off the paper. Okay. Oops, oops, oops. So we're going to go from that corner to this corner over here. Now, this is crazy, I know, but it is going to be so beautiful when it's done. I just love it. Okay, so I'm going to give that just a second to dry. I'm going to scoot it aside, and we are going to stamp our sentiment, and that is going on this square. And I cut this square from the Stylish Shapes. Just want to make sure I'm correct. The Stylish Shapes dies. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to stamp this sentiment over here on this paper. And I might get a little crooked, but that's okay. Yeah, I got the others crooked today too when I was playing, and that's all right. So I'm going to let that set aside. And then we're going to have another white strip that goes inside. And this is cut at 2 by 5 inches. Okay. And that's where I'm going to stamp my kitty. So I'm just trying to get some of the stamping out of the way. All right. I do have my cleaner up there so I can clean it. All right. Now for the card base, it is a regular card base. It is 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. The only thing and I scored it at 4 1/4, but then you need to come back in and cut off the 2 inches. So I didn't need that extra strip of white. I could have done it from this right here, but I just figured I wanted to get the stamping done right away. All right. So then we're going to take the bone folder and we're going to fold this just a little bit. We're not going to crease it yet. I have my reasonings. Okay. So just bear with me. The next thing we're going to do, this goes on the front. These are the 2 panels that I have. And the DSP is 1 3/4 by 5. And the Early Espresso cardstock is 1 7/8 by 5 1/8. And we can just go ahead and adhere those down. And we're just going to get our layers built while that dries. And so this is only 1/8 of an inch. So you want to make sure you get it where you want it. It goes in really nicely. We're going to take this and we're going to cut it so I can show you the next step. Now you can use your trimmer if you want to, but I find it just as easy to come along with my scissors and just trim those pieces. It doesn't take very long. You just want to make sure you don't cut into the white. Okay, and so see that piece just goes real little up there at the top. My scissors are kind of gluey. I need to get the rubbing alcohol out and clean them up. Okay. Just almost done cutting these out. And I'll give you a look. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I just love that technique. Yes, there's lots of scraps now all over the table, but that's okay. I'll get those put away. All right. So I want to bring in the base for this, the layer, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to use some liquid adhesive, and I'm going to glue this down. And the reason why I'm using liquid is so I can squiggle and wiggle. Okay. And it's about 1/4 of an inch around the edges. So that's what you want it to look like. Get a little extra glue out of there. And then we're going to take our cat piece and we're going to put him on here as well. Okay. We're just going to put him about 1/4 of an inch apart as well. And we have our bottom layer ready to go into our card base. Okay. I always like to make sure my glue is running. Okay. Now I'm going to lay this down in here. If I can. Okay. So I've got that where I want it. Now we might need to go back just a touch. And this is why we're using liquid glue, guys. So we can move this around as needed. Because we want this to pretty much cover the white on the inside, okay? And that's why, you know, you wait a minute before you completely crease that, because you can get away with just bringing it over a tad more if you need to, like I do. And now I can take and crease it. Okay. And then I'm going to take this piece right here and I can glue this down. The card goes really super fast. There's no fooling around with this. It just, you know, is a super, super easy card to make. Okay. Now I'm going to take this piece that I used with my styling shapes, my stylish shapes, and I'm going to take the layer bigger on the squares from the stylish shapes. Oh, I did it all wrong. Good thing I have my pad there. Okay, guys, I was supposed to be doing this one. All right. Oh boy. Leave it to me to always make the mistakes, right? Okay. Next, I'm going to go get my embossing buddy real quick, guys. Give me one quick second to grab my embossing buddy, and you're going to see how I'm going to fix this. Now, I can sit here and erase all this glue. That would work too. And I might after we're done so that you don't see it, because you're going to see it on the back. Maybe I'll just do this. Maybe I'll just glue a white piece. That'll work too. Okay, I think I'll do that and you won't even notice. Okay, that's gonna help. So I can glue the whole thing now. I can add this white piece down. So you can always fix things. Always. Okay, you don't see that from the outside. And now you're only wanting to glue half down, okay? Not the whole thing. Okay, so I have my half glued up. Now I want to just center this here and glue it down. Okay. We'll just give that a second to dry, and I'll clean up my glue because we're pretty much done, except for a little bit of coloring on the kitty. And so I brought in Dark Daffodil Delight because I thought he needed a crown that's in gold. He has a crown, but I just wanted it in gold, a goldish color. I'm going to color his ears a little bit on the pink side. You know, every kitty has pink little ears on the inside. And then I'm going to take my dark crumb cake, and I think I'm just going to go with this tip. I'm just going to go around some of the edges here. And I'm not trying to be perfect. You know, just giving him some little darker areas. You don't have to do it on everything. I definitely want some darker areas on him. I don't want him to be just one color. Okay, now I'm going to take my lighter crumb cake and I'm going to just kind of try and blend that all together. Still leaving a little bit of pink. You want those kitties to have some pink ears. Just blending that in a little bit. And there you go. There's my kitty. Now the kitty can't be sitting there flying on his tail. So I'm going to give him some little swooshes for shadowing, just to make it look like he's not flying. I don't want him to look like he's flying. There. Now he's grounded. And there you have this wonderful masculine card. And I really felt like this kitty with the crown really went well with this. It is your time to be remembered, to feel appreciated, and to know that you are celebrated. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And if you like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know when other videos are put out, feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button. And I will be back next Thursday for sure. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.